Hello folks, welcome to another episode of Island Girls Food TV. And while we're all in self-isolation, I thought it would be necessary to do several segments on healthy, healing foods. Well, we know that we all need our immune system boosted. And this plant here, called Calalloo, is one of the #1 immune boosters in the Caribbean. Are you ready? If you're going, let's go. The leafy part of the taro root vegetable, that wonderful tuber that we love to make taro chips with, well, it's called the dasheen, and in the Caribbean, we have many types of leaves that we call calalloo. Trinidad calls the dasheen calalloo. In Jamaica, the amaranth plant, this, is also called calalloo, and they're both equally delicious. Today, we'll be making delicious, scrumptious calalloo soup. So I want to show you how to prepare the dasheen leaves or the leaves of the taro root. Okay, so we're simply going to fold it over, put it on our cutting board. We're going to take our knives and we're just going to go in and cut the stem part away. Once you cut the stem away, you will have a hole in the center. You also want to cut the tip part away. There's a little spike on the tip of the leaf, and you can just discard this. And I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate it with the other leaf. And discard. Okay, so once you've done that, you can layer all the leaves together, and we're just going to roll as when we're rolling our basil, and we're going to cut ribbons, what we call chiffonade. Okay, when you're cutting, you always want to keep your fingers bent just for safety, and you're going to go ahead and move along and cut ribbons. All right, and you have your prep work done for your calalloo. Now, I like to pre-rinse them, which is what I'm going to do before we get started. And there's no problem in combining both type of these leaves, because you can also use spinach if you can't find the amaranth leaves or you can't find the dasheen leaves. Spinach will do just fine. We know that spinach also have wonderful source of calcium as well. So today, I'll only be using the leaves of the dasheen to make this soup. And what I will do with my amaranth leaves, I'm going to wash, dry, and then freeze them so I can make another wonderful dish for you. And now for the stems. The stems are very fibrous, like celery. So we want to do the same thing as celery, and we want to remove the outer layer. And we're just going to take our knives and you're going to just peel along like that. Don't be too concerned if you didn't get every little bit of it, but try to get as much as possible, and then you're just simply going to chop. This is also going to be a part of our soup, as these stems are very tender. Okay, and here you have the stems. So our prep work for our callaloo leaves are all ready. These green seed edible pods are called OKRAs, and they're also known as lady fingers, and they're quite gelatinous. This is how you would slice them thinly to prep for your soup, and you would need about 1 pound of them. Now, this wonderful leafy green herb is called culantro, family to cilantro, and we would roll it and just slice it into ribbons, and then you can go back and forth to dice it, and this is how you prep it. Also, you want to slice those delicious stems, and the flavor of culantro is slightly mintier. Gather all your prep ingredients, and you'll have a half onion dice, 1 tablespoon of garlic minced, a teaspoon of ginger minced as well, and we have a tablespoon of fresh thyme leaves, also 1 Scotch bonnet chili. We have a pound of okra sliced and 2 cups of pumpkin cubed, and we have 5 culantro leaves diced, 2 tablespoons of butter. We have about 2 cups of coconut milk, and of course 1 cup of shredded salt beef, which I have already pre-cooked. Heat a large enough pot on medium-high and add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Add your onions. You want to add your garlic, all of your okras. It's very important to saute your okras down at least for about 3 minutes. Now we're going to add our culantro leaves, our pumpkin, and stir. We want to saute it for approximately another 3 minutes. Add the callaloo leaves along with the stems as well. And we're going to pour water over to cover. Bring it up to a boil and stir. And then we need to drop it to simmer and let continue to cook. Add your salt beef. Continue to cook for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. Cover with the lid, and then you're going to add your coconut milk, your thyme leaves, and your Scotch bonnet pepper. Add butter at the end and let continue to cook for an additional 10 minutes, and then season with salt and pepper to taste. Discard your Scotch bonnet pepper, and we're going in with our immersion blender to blend all of our ingredients together into this luscious, healthy soup. Traditionally, a swizzle stick would be used, but it's so much easier to use your handheld blender. How much do I love callaloo? Let me count the ways. 1, it boosts your immune system, which we all need right now. 2, promote healthy eyesight. 3, our blood pressure, it controls it. Weight loss, and beautiful wrinkle-free skin. This leafy green has so many healthy medicinal values, folks, that if you don't know this wonderful taro leaves or dasheen leaves, then you should get to know it. You can find Calalloo in any of your local Caribbean supermarkets or Asian supermarkets. Folks, this soup is sensational, tasty. Tune in next week for another informative episode on healthy foods that will boost your immune system. Until then, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified, as I'll be putting out more videos than usual. This is your island girl, Chef Raquel Fox.